Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Willing Sacrifice. I'm Mike.
I'm Liz. Are you saying hello to me?
Hey, sure.
Well, you said hello, and I'm like, hello.
Hello. And we are back after a bit of a hiatus.
We took like a month and a half off.
Yeah,
A month.
well, we had some sickness.
We?
I mean, the show. I was sick.
Right.
Yeah, so that kind of put a stop into our plans for this.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're going to get right back into it. We're going to do some snacks. We're going to do some snacks today. We got some snacks for the future.
Future snacks.
Future plans for snacks. So stay tuned for all of that. If you want to check out any of our previous videos, you can check us out on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Willing Sacrifice. Or you can check out our YouTube channel. Just go ahead and search for Willing Sacrifice on YouTube, and you can watch our episodes right on your television even. Isn't that fancy?
Mm.
Yeah.
High def.
Yes. Do you really want to see us in high def? That is the question.
Not ever.
Probably not.
Unless, the food maybe.
Yeah, maybe the food,
Mm-hmm.
but probably not us. But that's okay. Yeah, for better or for worse, So we have basically our last Universal Yums box for now. And it's a very interesting box. It's a little bit different than their typical format. Their typical format is a featured country every month. And this one is called A Taste of History. So we're going to check this out. It looks very interesting. The snacks are from all over the world. And then we have some bonus snacks that we'll do at the end.
Sure.
Yeah. It almost looks like a Dalek or something on there.
It's a Strufoli Tower or whatever they call them.
Oh, yeah. We've seen those. Those look awesome. We've seen videos with those things on there.
Yeah, they're like honey balls. The cover says, if you didn't read it, once upon a time, no one could have ever imagined a box quite like this one. So I don't know what to expect.
Well, in the past, for this box is this old. In the December box, they always do almost like a greatest hits type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be like snacks from previous boxes, kind of doing like favorites from those previous boxes of the past year. This I don't think is the case. This I think is unique snacks from around the world that we haven't had before.
Yeah, there's more recipes in here than previously.
Sure.
Deliciously questionable food gifts from history.
Hmm.
Things like that. So there's some interesting reading in addition to the snacks.
They do a good job with like their trivia and just like language things and all sorts of information that you might want to learn about as you're enjoying the snacks in the box.
Nice.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to do the first snack?
Sure.
Or you want to do some trivia?
I'll give you a trivia because it's been a while.
Okay. It's been a while.
Spices were typically used throughout history to A, disguise tainted meat and fish, B, keep away evil spirits, C, ward off diseases, or D, reflect specific tastes and culture.
I'm going to go with A.
The answer is D.
Oh.
Marco Polo noted that 1,000 pounds of pepper a day entered Hangzhou, now Hangzhou, China, showing that people in the past were as food-focused and intelligent as today. Once the spice routes to Asia were established, despite many failures and some notable successes, a European trader in the 16th century could retire on the sale of just one satchel of cloves. The entire world became captivated by the allure of spices. I would go with that kind of maybe all of those were an answer because they did develop. Initially, they were, novel ideas, spices from other countries. But I think, lack of refrigeration and, maybe at a time when your spices were very limited to what was local to you.
Right.
You were able to add more flavoring to something to disguise the fact that maybe it started to spoil. which is kind of gross, but it is what it is. Our first snack is a crispy sweet and sour noodle rice snack with cashews. It is Thai. This crispy noodle snack mimics one of Thailand's most beloved dishes, mee krob, literally crisp noodles, or mee krob. Originated as a street food and traditionally consists of deep-fried rice vermicelli noodles, a protein such as pork, tofu, or shrimp, and a punchy citrusy dressing made with fish sauce, tomato paste, kaffir lime leaves, chilies, and sugar. These crispy rice noodle snacks are bite-sized handheld version of mee krob that features the same sweet and savory flavor profile but are more convenient for snacking on the go. Mee krob was initially sold in market stalls by street vendors, making it an easy, accessible food for passersby. This snackable version isn't a far cry from the original. So these are like a snack cracker.
But almost like in like a noodle form.
Wow, it's very woo, encrusted.
Yeah.
It looks like a Rice Krispie treat.
A little bit, and then you can see the cashews in there too.
Mm-hmm. Oily.
There's like a preservative pack in there too. Very nice and kind of just like sweet, salty.
They taste a little bit like those chili crisp onions, or crispy onion crisp, whatever you call it, without being spicy. But they're all right. They're good.
That second one had a little bit more of a kick.
Garlicky, oniony, tomatoey.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'd eat those.
Yeah, they're not bad.
No.
Out of 5, I'd probably go 3.5.
I'm with you there. I am with you there.
Oh, and of course we have the Yum scoreboard. I get a little bit of lime or something on the finish.
Yeah, there's kaffir lime. Which of these has the word dinner not historically referred to? So let me say that question again. Which of these has the word dinner not historically referred to? The first meal of the day, the largest meal of the day eaten at midday, the evening meal, the sweet treat eaten after the main meal.
The sweet treat.
That is correct. Over the centuries, dinner has referred to breakfast, lunch, and the evening meal we know today. In the 1300s, it was the largest meal eaten between 9 a.m. and noon. The term comes from the Old French dîner, meaning to break one's fast. Its evolution coincided with changes in work schedules after the Industrial Revolution, making it more practical to eat dinner after work. I always wondered, because there's like supper and dinner. Growing up, we had supper.
Yeah.
We didn't have dinner. Time for supper.
I remember a neighbor that lived next door. Her dad would always call out when it was time for supper.
He didn't call it dinner.
No.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a local thing.
You could hear him throughout the entire neighborhood because he'd step outside out the front door and say her name and say time for supper.
Yeah, I didn't start calling it dinner until much like as an adult, I think.
It's an adult term.
It's an adult. No, I mean I just wonder when the shift. I don't. It wasn't a noticeable shift.
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
It's a mystery.
It is a mystery. Our next snack. Oh dear.
And I saw this and I was like, oh boy.
Pine flavored hard candies. At least they're hard. They're from Belgium, or they are Belgian. These Belgian candies boast the fresh and earthy flavor of pine. While that may seem a surprising flavor to modern day palates, the taste of pine and other evergreen trees has long been enjoyed in the form of resin, which is similar to tree sap but much stickier. Resin is collected from the outside of trees, while sap is extracted from within. Dried hardened resin can be ground into a fine powder used as a flavoring ingredient and stabilizing agent in many foods. In Greece, mastic is the is the resin collected from mastic trees. It is enjoyed as a type of chewing gum. Indigenous peoples in North America have traditionally enjoyed other evergreen products such as spruce tips and cedar. So even if these candies seem a bit unusual at first, people all over the world have enjoyed pine and other tree resins for thousands of years.
I've actually had a few beers where they've used spruce tips
Yeah.
in the brew.
Did you like them?
Yeah. They were a style beer you don't really
They were
care
probably
for.
an IPA.
They were.
Double IPA. So they're green.
They smell piney. They look like that. Look like they have like a little sugar coating on the outside of them.
They smell like medicine.
A little bit. They're a bit piney. I'm wondering if there's like a liquid center of some sort. They kind of have that feel of like a candy that's going to have a liquid center.
It just says pine candy. Doesn't tell me it's got like a middle.
It almost, I think you're right. In some ways, medicinal. Like in that like cough drop kind of flavor, but almost minty in a way too.
My brain is really trying to compartmentalize the flavor. My initial reaction with the slight sugar coating that was on it was Vicks Vapor Rub. And then as the candy came off, and it's almost getting minty spicy.
I see where you can get the Vapor Rub from.
Yeah. If Pine Sol floor cleaner was a candy.
I could see that too.
So
it's still like hard that I can't like break through it with my teeth.
Yeah,
I'm not sure that I want to.
No, I think it's hard all the way through.
Because you break through it with your teeth, you're going to end up with it stuck in your teeth. So.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel. I'd much rather have a mint.
Somewhere there's someone that enjoys these. It's not here.
I love the smell of trees and evergreen trees. No. I tried. I'm not going to finish that.
I mean, for the sake of the show, I'm going to...
You're going to power through it?
No, I'm going to actually...
discard. I think...
Yeah, because I could suck on that for like the next 10 minutes.
And it wouldn't be a pleasant 10 minutes, to be fair. It's too Pine Sol. It's too floor cleaner. It's too something I associate with chemicals or cleaning products.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. No.
What's your ranking for that?
It wasn't like I'm going to immediately spit it out and be like, "Bleh, eh." But I am never going to buy it. I am never going to want to put another one in my mouth. I guess 1 for non-spit outable.
Okay. I'll go 1.5. I mean, I'm kind of in the same vein as you. Is I wouldn't seek that out. I wouldn't buy it again. We'll probably just toss out the rest of the package. Maybe I think my sister's coming over later. Maybe we'll subject her to it to see if she might like them.
Yeah, I mean, there's somebody out there who's like, I love this. This is the best. It tastes like Christmas. I guess I could see that, but
Yeah.
not enjoyable. It's not. I mean, again, this is a taste of history. So maybe 300 years ago, 400 years ago, or longer, this would have been a delight. This would have been every kid in the world
Sure.
just like, oh my gosh, they made sweet tree, blah blah blah. And I'm like, no.
Right.
Thank you.
So you want to try something else?
Sure. Our next one is French.
Ooh la la.
And it is a cocoa-covered truffle. I think we've had something similar to this. This bag is not familiar, but I think we've had something similar. Cacao beans are native to Latin America. Spanish explorers first brought them to Europe in the early 1500s. The beans were initially enjoyed in the form of hot chocolate, a hot chocolate-like drink that was beloved for its supposed health benefits and stimulating effects. Solid forms of chocolate like bars and truffles came much later. French truffles were likely invented sometime in the 19th century. They are made from chocolate ganache, a mix of melted chocolate and heavy cream that sets to a smooth, silky texture. It's softer than pure chocolate, but firm enough to hold its shape. No one is exactly sure how and when French truffles came to be, but we do know how they got their name. Their small shape and brown color mean that the chocolate confections closely resemble the highly coveted fungi known as truffles, the most expensive fungi in the world. These are not fungi.
These smell good. These look pretty much like what we've seen over the years. Truffle does.
Little brown hat.
Yeah.
Creamy.
There you go.
Yep. Creamy, chocolatey.
Decadent.
Like real chocolate.
Yeah.
Like real.
No, that's a good treat.
Mm-hmm. That feels like a reward. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just I'm hungry. That's I deserve something nice. You know?
Yeah, those are delicious.
It's like, and then that's the thing. It's like I've thought about it a little bit. Is like, we talk about this being willing sacrifice, and we eat a lot of chips and snacks and cookies and crackers, and we've done pickles and things like that. And a lot of the things we eat I'm peckish and would like a snack.
Sure.
But there are quite a few things that we eat, that when they're really good, they're not, I'm hungry and would like a snack. It's, I've had a rough week. I've had a tough time. I had a difficult, a thing that I needed to do that I finally did and you accomplished. Not like big things, but like little things. Like you did that doctor's appointment that you were afraid of, or you finally, went through and did something, and you deserve a little reward. Sure. It's not necessarily a snack as much as it is really like a treat.
Mm-hmm.
That's a treat.
Agreed. Where would you rank those, Sonny?
Those I don't know how they could be better. I would give them a 5.
Wow. High marks for Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I'll go 4.75.
Oh, what could make them better?
I don't know.
Bigger?
Yeah, maybe more. Maybe more.
More.
Of a package. How about that?
For rich people in the 18th and 19th century, let me start over. For rich people in 18th and 19th century Europe, desserts were often A, savory, B, extremely greasy, C, just bits of sugar wrapped in more sugar, or D, not for eating, just for looking at.
See?
D. The structural properties of sugar and flour were used to create works of art to be admired and not eaten, a tradition still in vogue today. A tradition I hate because I appreciate your artistry. Go use like non-food items. If you're going to make something beautiful from sugar and fruits and things, make it edible.
Right.
You know, or go be a painter. Oh, this is a little worried about this one.
Yeah, I figured you might be.
This one's from Scotland. This is a haggis flavored potato chip. These crispy, crunchy potato chips are flavored to resemble one of Scotland's most iconic foods, haggis. It's made from sheep offal, organ meat, oats, spices, and suet, which is that are ground together into a sort of sausage meat and boiled inside of a sheep's stomach before being aged to allow the flavors to develop. While the gamey flavor of haggis may be an acquired taste, the dish is deeply rooted in Scottish culture. The Scottish poet Robert Burns wrote the famous poem addressed to a haggis in 1786. The poem is traditionally read each year during the Burns Supper, which takes place on January 24th and commemorates the poet's birthday, and also coincides with the time of year that haggis would have historically been aged to perfection and ready to eat. Since these chips are vegetarian, they're a great way for everyone to enjoy the uniquely Scottish flavor of haggis. So, gamey.
The brand is Taylor's, which I think we may have had.
We've had their
from.
chips before.
Yeah.
Gamey flavors, I am hit and miss with. Like, I can tolerate pate and liverwurst to a point, like small amounts. But like gamey meats, like venison, I am not a fan of. So
we were talking about taking a trip to Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be inclined to try some haggis while we're there?
I would sample it. I don't know that I would order it as a meal without having sampled it first. It almost smells like cloves.
Yeah, that's a good call.
The potato chip is excellent. I'll give it that. It's very potatoey. It's very solid. It's not like a little thin, crispy thing.
There's really not anything objectionable about these.
No.
I don't get a ton of other flavor other than the potato chip itself.
Salt, a little nutmeg, a little cloves. So it's a little weird to have like what I would call dessert spices.
Right.
But they're not so present as to be overpowering. Those are fine.
Yeah, it's a good potato chip. I mean,
if that's what haggis tastes like, I'd be fine. Peppery. I get a little black pepper now.
Yeah. Well, it did say haggis and cracked black pepper.
Black pepper, cloves, nutmeg, and salt.
I mean, not anything horrible there as far as the flavors go.
Yeah.
I'd probably go maybe a 3.
Yeah, I'd be the same as you there.
Okay.
They weren't offensive. I'm glad. A lot of times I worry when we have any like meat flavored chip because they tend to taste greasy. they taste, instead of the meat, they taste like the grease that was left over after cooking the meat. Next up, they had us bouncing savory, sweet. And this one is Swedish. It is a mud cake flavored choco ball. Printzels was founded in the Swedish city of Mjölby in the early 1920s. Their first products were honey capsules marketed as a health food, but they failed to gain popularity among consumers. The company then pivoted to selling sweet hazelnut paste, much like Nutella, which they called Nutcream, meaning nut cream, and promoted as a spread for bread. Although not initially popular, Nutcreme eventually became a beloved treat, maintaining its popularity to this day in keeping with Printzell's history of learning from failure and adapting. The company launched their latest creation in 2021, truffles. These truffles offer fresh takes on Swedish classics, including the delectable chocolate mud cake flavor. This no-bake dessert, loved by children in Sweden, is made with oats, sugar, butter, chocolate, coconut, and coffee. In a way, these incredible truffles highlight the fact that most of humanity's greatest achievements follow a similar path as Printzell's and only exist due to a series of trial and error.
Actually sounds really good.
You're excited about this one then, huh?
I mean, I usually am a fan of truffles. I do quite enjoy them. I mean, even like the Lindt truffles that they mix thing that they put out during Christmas time, I quite enjoy those.
I have Haggis chips stuck in my teeth.
I'm sorry. Here's your truffle. You get a total of 3
Nut
of these
creme.
in the package.
I have my nut cream truffle.
Yeah, so just a little wrapped truffle, almost like a Lindt truffle in a way, like wrapped similarly.
Oh, it smells good. I can taste the oats. It's like Nutella and an oatmeal cookie
Yeah. I could see
had a
that.
baby. And it was blended into chocolate. It's a little grainy.
Yeah.
So it's not as smooth as other truffles, particularly those French ones.
It's got a good flavor, but
it does
yeah,
have
it is grainy.
A little grainy. I'd give it a 3.75.
I enjoyed it. It was good. Like you said, very like oatmeal-ish.
Yeah, it's like oatmeal cookie, not with raisins, and Nutella. Put it in a blender until it's smooth, and then put it in a milk chocolate casing. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it, but like I said, there was a graininess, and it tasted like sugar graininess, but it might have been the oats. It might be that you can't break oats down that far.
You know what it reminded me of in some respects? There was a pizza place that used to be here, like kind of like a chain pizza place, but it was local.
California Pizza Kitchen, right?
No.
Oh.
And they did a cookie called a Nutty Oatie, and basically it was an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. The place was called Great Northern Pizza.
Great Northern, not California. Okay.
California Pizza Kitchen is a
chain.
Yeah.
But Great Northern Pizza, they had the Nutty Oatie cookie, and it did taste like that.
Yeah. It reminded me of that in some respects.
So let me go back to our trivia. What does neophobia mean? A, fear of eating animals. B, fear of being poisoned. C, fear of new things. D, fear of bright colors and loud sounds.
Fear of new things?
You are correct. New foods like chocolate, potatoes, or spices often took time to catch on due to neophobia, the instinctual fear of anything new. How could people know potatoes weren't poisonous? And what would others think if they started eating something so unusual? I'm looking forward to this one. This one is from Italy, and that's not why I'm looking forward to it. Um, Soft almond cookies. I love almost everything almond. Humans have enjoyed almonds for thousands of years, and they were likely cultivated as early as 3000 BC in what is now modern day Jordan. Almond trees are relatively easy to grow, and the nuts they produce are nutritionally dense and have a mild flavor, which makes them ideal for use in both sweet and savory dishes. In modern Europe, almonds are a common ingredient in baked goods, desserts, and other confections, including amaretti, a popular Italian cookie made from almonds, eggs, and sugar. Amaretti come in both crunchy and soft varieties and are commonly enjoyed alongside a cup of coffee or tea. Amaretti Virginia is an Italian confection company that was founded in 1860. Its amaretti come individually wrapped in decorative papers or inside boxes or tins adorned with an Art Nouveau style that enhance the eating experience and pay homage to the brand's rich Italian history. So, even though they say Virginia, they're not from Virginia. They're so tiny.
A little tiny
Little
ball
tiny
almost of a cookie. They smell awesome.
They're delicious. I expected something a little softer, though.
That's surprising because in the package they felt hard, but when I bit into it, that's why I went because it was soft. Yeah.
Can I have another? I mean, they're small.
There you go.
These are so comforting. That one was softer.
Okay. I like them. They're good. I mean, we've got a few Italian bakeries in the area that do
Almond-based cookies.
And they're reminiscent of that. Like that, you can get like a snack version of that, like prepackaged, preserved, or whatever,
mass produced,
and that they've captured that flavor. It's pretty remarkable. Granted, I would go to the bakery up the road and get theirs all day
every day. Yeah. That's why I'm saying I would give them a 4.25. I would give them a 4.25 because they are delicious, but I've had better versions. And for what they are, like a mass-produced, prepackaged, shelf-stable cookie, they're fantastic. But I can travel, and I am privileged that I can travel less than 5 miles or less than 10 miles and have a fresh-baked version of it that is very soft and perfect.
Yeah. I gave it the same score, 4.25. That was a good score.
So this is one where my literary brain wondered. This one is Turkish, and it is hazelnut carrot Turkish delight. Turkish delight, or lokum, is a soft, chewy Middle Eastern candy made from sugar and cornstarch. The candy is traditionally flavored with rose water, citrus, or pistachios, but carrot-based versions called Sizier are also common and take advantage of the root vegetable's vibrant color and high sugar content. Classic Turkish delight is dusted in icing sugar, but these are coated in a layer of coconut flakes for added flavor and texture. The first written evidence of Turkish delight comes from documents written in the early 1800s. The sweet treat was soon exported around the world, finding its way to England by the 1850s. Charles Dickens even wrote about it in his 1870s novel, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, referring to the candy as lumps of delight. Turkish Delight also makes an appearance in C.S. Lewis's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, wherein the White Queen enchants the character Edmund by offering him a silver dish of Turkish Delight. And that's where I was my appeal, my interest in Turkish Delight doesn't match up. So in the book, before I had ever tried Turkish Delight, it sounded, C.S. Lewis made it sound like the most delicious thing in the world. Something you would happily throw your siblings under a bus for. Right?
Right.
That's got to be damn good. And then the first time I had it, I was like, huh. It was kind of bland. It's not a strong flavor. And I'm like, wow. Yeah.
C.S. Lewis sold you a bill of goods.
Well, it made me think that was he saying, I mean, did he really think it was the perfect dessert for his character to be so enchanted by? Or if you've ever read the Chronicles of Narnia or seen the first movie, was Edmund so willing to throw his siblings under the bus that she could have offered him any candy, and it just happened to be this one? Food for thought. But I digress. I've never had carrot, so maybe she gave him carrot. Maybe it's redeeming.
So
it looks like a concrete paver.
I was gonna say it looks like we have. Oh no, that ain't gonna happen.
You're just gonna have to take a bite. Maybe. He didn't show it, but it definitely doesn't look like normal Turkish Delight, where it's normally like powdered sugar and stuff covered in a cube. This is more of a flat, a bar.
I think that facial expression says it all. I don't know what they did here. We've had Turkish Delights and I've enjoyed them. This is kind of bad. Like, I like the carrot aspect of it.
It's hard,
but
it is chewy and gritty.
Gelatinous.
And generally flavorless. It's like there's a little bit of coconut and a little bit of sweet.
I like the carrot.
I'm not even tasting the carrot.
Yeah, that's fair. To me, it is.
It's blah, though. It's blah and bland and gritty. More grit. I don't like grit.
This isn't like what I think of like when we have a Turkish Delight.
And that saying is like Turkish Delight isn't my favorite anyway. Just because it doesn't taste like much of anything. It's just a jiggly cube of sweet. Of sticky sweet. I would never buy that.
Oh, yeah, no way.
I would never be like, oh, let's have this Turkish Delight. Sorry, it's like a 1.5. Again, I'm not spitting it out, but
1.75 for me.
We're just throw that on the floor.
Both
underwhelmed severely.
On the same page with that.
What makes Pringles unique? A, they're made of a special kind of potato. B, they're made out of potato paste instead of potato slices. C, their packaging is designed so you cannot fit your whole hand inside. D, they're impossible to stop once you've popped the can.
That was actually going to be my answer before you even said it. I'm going to go with B.
You would be correct. Though you'd be forgiven for also selecting C, in the 1950s, Procter & Gamble bought a potato chip that was stackable, less greasy, and less likely to break. Chemist Frederick J. Bauer developed the shape and method to create dough from potato paste, but he couldn't make it taste good. The quest continued into the 1960s when researcher Alexander Lapia succeeded. Engineer and science fiction author Gene Wolfe then designed a machine to produce the chips efficiently. Pringles hit Indiana shelves in 1968, although why the tubes are too skinny for most hands remains unclear.
Interesting.
You can't go digging your whole hand in there unless you have a dainty hand or you're a kid. This is Japanese. Our next snack is Japanese. It is a baked choco tart with salted caramel. In Japan, there are separate words to distinguish traditional Japanese sweets from Western style ones. The term wagashi includes treats made from glutinous rice flour, adzuki bean paste, and a variety of fruits, while yogashi refers to Western style confections, including butter-based baked goods and those made with chocolate. These baked chocolate tarts with salted caramel fall into the yogashi category and feature a buttery shortbread crust topped with a layer of rich salted caramel. Traders and travelers brought chocolate to Japan in the late 1700s. But it wasn't popular at first. It wasn't until the 20th century that chocolate and other Western-style treats gained widespread appreciation in Japan. It was during this time that the country opened to international exchange after a long period of national isolationism. Words. And Western treats quickly grew in popularity. Today, Japan enjoys a rich dessert culture influenced by both traditional and global flavors.
All right.
This is a baked chocolate tart with salted caramel by Mr. Ito Yaki Choco Tarturo is the name of it.
So we'll see what we got.
Mr. Ito.
Sometimes chocolate in Japan is a little difficult. That one right there.
Oh. It looks like a ramen seasoning packet. A big one. Yeah, we've struggled with Asian chocolate being
Okay,
what
so
we would consider.
yeah,
And this
looks
isn't
like almost like a butter cookie or wafer almost. Like that's the bottom of it. Here's your top.
This says it's a choco tart, but it didn't say anything about chocolate in it. It says shortbread crust
With salted caramel.
But maybe there's chocolate underneath it.
I don't know.
Mm-mm. It tastes like coffee.
Not bad. I mean, for a
Mm-mm.
cookie from Japan, because sometimes their sweets are not very good. This is actually pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I do. I would buy that and I would eat it. Give it a 4.
That salted caramel is inviting.
Mhm.
Like it's good.
Yeah,
That's a nice treat.
it is. I like that, and the shortbread was actually very good, very crumbly.
Yeah.
Not like hard, which a lot of times when it's mass produced, shortbread tends to be.
I'm gonna go with a 4 on those.
Yeah. I said 4.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. maybe get a drink because we are going from sweet back to savory.
We had quite a few sweet treats there in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I'm not complaining. They were all good, with the exception of one.
We are venturing back to Italy.
Oh, good. I'm glad these are Italian. Well, because there's one or two words on here that I see on the packaging that I'm glad that it's Italian. Up at the top of the package, it says pecorino cheese.
Which I love a good pecorino cheese.
Yes.
Definitely preferred to Parmesan in my in this household.
Yeah. So I'm glad to see that it's an Italian snack.
These crispy puffs come from Sardinia, an island off the coast of mainland Italy with a rich food culture. Sheep farming plays a key role in the agriculture and cuisine of the region, which produces many kinds of sheep's cheese, including various types of pecorino. These chips combine the traditional flavor of pecorino with another classically Sardinian food, pane carazzo, a very thin, crisp style of flatbread. Another name for this flatbread is carta de musica, which translates to sheet music and refers to the large, flat, sheet-like shape of the bread, which is said to be so thin that a sheet of music could be read through it. Historically, crisp pane carazzo was eaten by Sardinian shepherds who would spend many months of the year away from home and needed long-lasting bread that wouldn't spoil. The bread was traditionally eaten with pecorino cheese, and so these pecorino-flavored snacks are inspired by that uniquely Sardinian combination. Does it smell cheesy?
I do.
So here's a crazy thing. I don't like goat cheese, but I like sheep cheese.
They're like a hollowed out crisp type thing.
Very thin, very light.
A little bit of hit of the cheese, and then they kind of airy and melt away a little bit. Very crispy.
Crispy like the fried noodles you get at an American Chinese restaurant. A little bit. Not as heavy, not as dense, but similar. The cheese flavor is good. It's not overpowering. It's so salty, but in the best way. When you're craving that, you're like, oh, I just want a salty snack. I just want a salty snack. That would appease that. You wouldn't need to eat a whole bag. You would probably just need to eat like a handful, and you'd get that salty hit.
The crackers, okay. I really do like the cheese hit, but like the crackers just kind of so-so to me.
Can we hold it up and show it?
I'd probably go about 3.5 on those.
I'd probably go a little bit higher, 3.75. Because if they were in the pantry, I would reach for them, but they're not something I would remember to buy.
Right. I could see that.
And we are going back to sweet. Our next one is Dutch. And the first word is kruidnoten, which translates to gingerbread button and refers to the small round shape of these petite cookies, as well as the traditional spices used to flavor them. These cookies are made from the same dough as speculoos cookies, a Dutch version of the famous Belgian speculoos cookies, but with even more fragrant spices. While speckglas cookies are traditionally flat and imprinted with images of buildings, windmills, or even animals, Kryddnoten are coin-sized and have a much rounder shape, though they are sometimes made in the shape of letters as well. Kryddnoten are historically handed out to children during the feast of St. Nicholas or Sinterklaas and are closely associated with the Christmas holiday. Due to their association with Christmas, they have likely been around since the early 18th century, a stronghold in many fond memories. So I love gingerbread. I've said this before. I've started making, I've only done it once, but I've got the ingredients. Gingerbread, actual gingerbread loaves in my bread machine, which was very tasty.
You smell good.
Do they smell gingerbready?
They do. They're little
Mm.
tiny
Spicy.
cookies, like almost like the diameter of
A penny.
a penny. Yeah, a little penny. Yeah. Almost like a mini ginger snap.
Yep. It's exactly what it tastes like.
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be good with like coffee or tea.
In a bowl with milk. You can
Or-
eat it as cereal.
Or cereal. Yeah, I can see that.
A familiar taste, something we have access to, a flavor that is prevalent in both soft and crunchy forms
Yeah.
at the local grocery store.
Yeah.
And again, certain times of year you crave it more often than not. Around Christmas, fall, when those warm baking spices come into play.
Sure.
We are kind of entering into spring where we want the strawberry and the fresh fruits and maybe a little bit of vanilla or almond, but these ginger snaps or these ginger cookies are much more a holiday flavor. I guess a 3 or
That's kind of what I was thinking.
kind of middle
yeah.
of the road.
Yeah.
Not bad, not novel, not something we aren't familiar with, or
They're not wowing you like those French truffles.
right. And they're not, I mean, they're for as much as I love gingerbread, the almond cookie buttons were better.
Mm-hmm.
We are going back to savory.
Okay.
And we are going to India. This is a peanut, toasted corn, and green pea snack. Savory, salty snacks are an important part of Indian cuisine and commonly served to guests with tea as a part of a greater hospitality practice. These snacks are referred to as farsan. One subcategory of farsan is called chivda or chivanu and refers to a mix of dried, spicy ingredients like puffed rice, fried lentils, roasted nuts, dried fruits, and fried curry leaves. Chivda is characterized by its balance of sweet, sour, salty, and bitter flavors. Numerous varieties are popular throughout India, especially during the Hindu festivals of Holi, the spring festival of colors, Ganesh Chaturthi, the early autumn festival celebrating the god Ganesha, and Diwali, the late autumn festival of light. This Cornitos party mix pays homage to classic chivda, but features a more globally inspired blend of flavors: salted peanuts, toasted corn, and spice roasted peas.
I feel like we've had something like this before.
Mm-hmm. Is it like a little tiny mix of snacky things? It's hard when it's like bits. Pop and crunch. Oh! I'm going to have to vacuum.
That's got a good kick. Wow. I like the flavor too.
Well, keep dropping pieces on the floor though. Curry, cumin, coriander, chili, spices.
That's nice. That's a good snack.
It is.
That's a good little treat.
We got some.
Yeah, I see it.
Pieces that
We'll
fell.
get them after the show.
That's really good. I didn't expect it to be that good.
Yeah, sometimes these things lack in flavor when you get them. Like, you're kind of just like, all right.
Mhm.
We've
Okay.
had ones where I think they've given us like dried chickpeas, and they're just,
Powder. Like you put them in your
Oh.
mouth and they just
and there's no flavor.
and they turn into paste.
Yeah.
Or I've experienced ones where we've gotten where it's too much fennel. Like there's a lot of fennel seeds, which don't get me wrong, I love a hint of anise or licorice hint. But when it's too much, it's too much. It's one of those overpowering things. This, you could say that this is overpowering in the sense of it's curry, but if you really like curry like we do, that's enjoyable.
hmm
Very earthy. Like a nice hit of spice, but not in a choke you kind of way, more of a front of your tongue spice. If they sold big bags of that, I imagine we would probably buy it
Yeah.
and just like keep it in the house to snack on.
Well, I remember even like, I mean, a while ago when we went to Canada, we got some of the Indian
Oh,
snack mixes.
those were so good.
And I mean, that kind of hits that spot for
Mhm.
me. Whereas, like, I'm thinking, man, I want to go to Canada and get some of those snack mixes because they're
Yeah.
so good.
There was the two one. There was the orange bag and the green
Yeah.
bag,
And
and they were both
both.
so good. You couldn't say one was like diabolically better than the other. They were both just like I have to eat the whole bag. I can't stop because my mouth is burning. And if I they were good though. I would like if those. I'd probably give them a 4.25.
That's what I was going to put.
Well,
We're just on the same page today.
we
I
are.
feel.
Same wavelength.
Indeed.
Oh,
Same wavelength, man.
it is thundering and
Oh,
lightning.
yeah. If you hear any background, we got some good podcast noises going on.
Mm,
Got some thunder going.
some spring thunderstorms.
The thunder rolls and the lightning
You
strikes.
should not do that. The
Just a
oldest
little girth for you. Girth.
The oldest recipe in the world is for A, sauce, B, bread, C, minced sheep heart, liver, and lungs, or D, a hot dog, but in a different shape.
I'm gonna go with bread.
The answer is a sauce.
Huh.
Specifically, a marinade from China's Chow Court in 1500 BC, which included slices of raw carp steeped in radish, ginger, chives, basil, pepper, and knotgrass. Centuries later, the Roman Emperor Heliogabalus, what a name he had, when he disliked a sauce, would make his chef eat nothing else until the recipe was improved. That's some harsh feedback.
Hmm.
It's like, this sucks. Eat nothing but this until you fix it. Wowzers. Our next and last snack from this box
Yeah.
is American, but it's an American Filipino. It is a soft ube shortbread. Polvorón is a type of shortbread that originated in Spain. It's traditionally made from just flour, fat, lard, butter, or oil, sugar, milk, and nuts. In fact, the word polvorón comes from the Spanish word polvo, meaning powder or dust, and reflects the cookie's dry, crumbly texture. Since the Philippines is a former Spanish colony, much of its cuisine and food culture is influenced by Spanish food, and there are many contemporary Filipino versions of traditionally Spanish dishes, including polvoron. Filipino polvoron is not baked, but rather compressed into small cakes made of toasted flour, sugar, dry milk, and coconut shortening. This polvoron is made with ube, a type of purple yam that's indigenous to the Philippines and gives these cookies their purple hue and distinct nutty flavor. In 1966, sisters Clarita Yilin Go and Milagros Lin Yi opened their first small bake shop. There are now over 600 Goldilocks stores in Asia and 11 in the US, which bring a taste of Pinoy treats to Filipinos and Filipino Americans. The Goldilocks brand is based in the Philippines, but this particular product is made in the USA, historically selling to the Filipino American population.
So
ube, shortbread, little purple cookies.
I know, like, is it during the holidays? Like Trader Joe's, they have a lot of ube products that they put out.
Yeah, this time of year.
We've had the cookies, and I think they're a shortbread cookie that they've made, and they're really good and delicious.
And does it look like flowers? I think for spring, they're purple, so they're very like spring, Easter time. Oh, it's a single cookie.
Yeah. It looks almost like it was like in a pan, like with the ridges.
Well, she said they're pressed and then dried.
It smells amazing.
Oh, it does smell good. You bumped me on the nose with it.
Boop.
Ooh, scary ube cookies.
Got some good noises on this episode. Oh. I should finish
chewing. So, do I like it? Yes. But the texture is a little bit to get past. Because it is not a baked cookie, it doesn't so much as crumble as disintegrate.
It's pasty.
It becomes pasty because, again, it's not baked, it's dried. So as you chew it and it blends with the liquid of your saliva, which is gross to talk about, but it basically reconstitutes it into a dough in your mouth. So flavor, good. The flavor is good, particularly after you swallow. It's almost a buttery flavor, even though there's no butter in it. It's got that distinct shortbread taste. It is sweet, but the texture, that pastiness in your mouth, I don't hate it, but I don't enjoy it.
Right.
I would tolerate it, but I wouldn't buy these, I don't think.
I probably wouldn't. I would stick to the Trader Joe's ones. The Trader Joe's ones are
they're
good.
Crunchy, and then I think I just
they
like
have that same flavor,
baked, but same flavor, but better texture.
The other thing I thought that you might touch on a little bit is that it was granular.
It is grainy. Another third grainy of the day so far.
Yeah.
If you're keeping track, you have a grainy score. Scorecard.
Yeah, take a shot every time I describe something as grainy.
Grainy. Yeah. Again, I wouldn't spit it out. The flavor is good. The texture is bad. So 2.75.
That seems about accurate. I'll go with the same. I love the flavor.
There's better versions.
Yeah.
Even better mass-produced versions. I'm sorry. I don't think I like a dried cookie.
All right.
I have to say, it is thundering and lightning out, and the thunder. You joke. You're saying the thunder rolls. It just keeps going. Like it hasn't stopped. So like even though I don't think it's lightning a lot here, I think it
almost
is
sounds like-
around us, and the rolling thunder just keeps coming in.
Like that noise of an airplane flying
Yeah.
overhead.
But it doesn't stop.
No.
It's just thunder, 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 thunder.
You buy the whole seat, and all you need is the edge. That was my dream job.
Yeah,
Being a monster truck.
monster
guy.
truck announcer.
All right, so our scores, our scores of this. What was it? The history. In time.
A taste of history.
A taste of history box. All right, our snacks around the world, right? So and this was consensus, I think, between the two of us. We both thought these were the two worst. Was the pine candies from Belgium? I think they were.
I think so. I'll double check. They were Belgian. Yes, they were from Belgium,
Yeah, and then our Turkish delight.
which was not delightful.
No, those were at least two favorites. Our most favorite, hands down, was the French truffles.
I think we deserve a treat.
And then we had some honorable mentions. So you had the almond cookie,
Delicious.
and then we're both sweets that we listed so far. The one savory, snacky kind of item that we really enjoyed,
The Indian curry
the
snack.
Indian spicy party mix. Yes. So that overall a really good box. There was a
Yeah.
couple that we didn't like, but like everything else we rated 3 or higher.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. A lot of enjoyable things, surprising things.
Oh, except for the ube cookie.
yeah.
It was just under 3.
And that was just
so,
because it was disappointing.
Yeah.
But this was fun. This was a lot of new stuff. Like the truffles, we've had similar before. The almond cookie, we've had similar before out of these
Sure.
boxes. But a lot of this was new, like
Yeah.
very new, and it was good. I
very
enjoyed it.
enjoyable.
So, what have you supplemented our box with today?
Okay. So we have some stuff that I think came to us over the holidays, the Christmas holidays.
So they've been hanging out,
They've
but
been
they're
hanging out.
they're fine. They're not like
Yeah, we
expired or
checked
anything.
dates. We have one savory snack item, and then the rest is kind of desserty items, including multiple flavors of jelly beans.
Oh, well, that's appropriate for this season.
Indeed.
Let's go with the savory. Let's knock that out.
All right. So we have a version of corn nuts. It is, you mentioned pickles earlier. This is kickin' dill pickle corn nuts.
So this is getting my hopes up because I love a good pickle, and I like corn nuts. They're a little hard, but
So we'll see.
kickin' pickle, not just regular pickle. Kickin' pickle.
And it looks like they are implying pepper. But there's
Like
little,
spicy.
spicy peppers, yeah. They smell very pickly.
Ooh, they smell good. Well, I can hear the crunch. Take that. Gotta have strong teeth for these.
I don't get a ton of pepper.
Yeah,
Like, they're not spicy.
a little bit. They smell more pickly than they taste. Because the corn in a corn nut is overpowering. It is a really corn It's corn. I'm trying your method of many at once. A little bit more pickle flavor when you do it that way. It's a good snack.
Not too bad.
I think I like the sweeter versions of this than the savory. Like there's a honey flavor, I think, or a kettle corn flavor, corn nut that I like better. The spice builds. There's some more spice,
I was gonna say in the back of my throat now I got like a little bit of like a pepper.
like a little bit of cayenne.
Pepper hit.
Yeah. The pickle dill flavor is very short lived, very light. It disappears. I don't know that it gave it.
I kind of have some of that like still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very vinegary.
They're good.
Not too bad.
I mean, I'm not going to kick them. I'm not going to throw them out. We'll eat them.
All right. So we have a popcorn and then we got jelly beans. Do you want to do the popcorn?
Yes.
All right. This is more of a sweet popcorn now. This is called Sweet Chaos. It's peppermint crunch drizzled popcorn.
Definite opposite direction of pickles and spice.
Indeed.
Still corn. Popcorn. But we're going probably white chocolate mint.
It looks like it's got chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate, yeah.
Sweet chaos.
Drizzled with sweet white and dark frosting.
Mm.
So it's a mix. Just going to open this up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So obviously like a Christmas theme going on with it. Got like a little red with the peppermint and there's chocolate and then I think like maybe a white chocolate or something of that ilk. Yeah. One's chocolate and peppermint.
York peppermint patty popcorn. And the popcorn is not good.
Yeah.
And again, this has an expiration date of May 2025. It is March 2025. So these are not expired, but the popcorn is not crunchy.
Yeah, it's not crunchy at all.
It's soft.
It's chewy. Soft.
There's a little crunch in that last piece, but I don't think popcorn is a good chocolate vector. No transportation device, no. It's inoffensive. I would eat it, but I wouldn't buy it because the popcorn doesn't stand up to what they've put on it.
Yeah. It probably ended up kind of soggy after they drizzled the stuff over it.
Yeah.
And then it
kind of absorbed it as it dried. It didn't re-crunch, you know. If they candy coated it, if they did like a kettle corn and then drizzled it, it might work because then the popcorn would be kind of preserved.
Yeah. What's funny is you remember when we went on our cruise like a year and change ago,
mm-hmm.
and we walked around the Disney Springs with our niece,
mm-hmm.
and she was explaining to us where she was working was in like the confectionery.
Yep, making those popcorn bowls.
Making those popcorn bucket things where people would like. She was literally making that stuff on the fly with like drizzling the chocolate over it,
yep.
adding
mix-ins, candy pieces, sprinkles, chocolate, caramel, peanut butter, marshmallow, all kinds of things.
And apparently it's a very popular snack item there.
Mm-hmm. Well, it probably is if it's made fresh.
Yeah.
Because then your popcorn is fresh.
Right.
And your popcorn is still crunchy. It's probably enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, like there's some people I know that like to mix their, like when they get like a movie theater popcorn, they mix like M&Ms in it, or some people do Junior Mints in it, which would probably be similar to this.
Yeah. So,
and then like because the popcorn is still warm, the candy gets a little warm.
Yeah.
And I've never done it personally. Because I like to keep food separate. But
That, I mean, if I want a sweet hit, I'll probably finish that.
yeah,
But otherwise,
not
it's so
the popcorn is disappointing.
Yeah.
The flavor, good. The texture, again, seems to be the theme of the day. Disappointing.
Yeah. So we have these ones in this weird bottle thing. They're Harry Potter themed, but they're pumpkin flavored jelly beans. And they're like came in like in a bottle.
Because they did the pumpkin juice in Harry
right.
Potter.
Okay, yeah.
Don't hurt yourself. There's a little pull thing. You could have just pulled the pull thing.
Let's see the pull thing. There's like plastic over everything.
Don't give this to your kids and expect them to be able to open it.
Yeah, that was kind of hard to open. All right, so they're orange colored jelly beans, almost like Jelly Bellies.
Oh, take.
Are they supposed to be pumpkin?
Yeah. They taste like soap. Oh. No. They taste like soap or a candle.
That's a weird flavor.
It's a no. And I've made the pumpkin juice. I got the Harry Potter cookbook and I made the pumpkin juice with like fresh pureed pumpkin and other ingredients. And it was enjoyable. You can't obviously drink a lot of it because there's a lot of fiber. It's got a laxative. But it was very flavorful. This tasted like soap and a cheap candle.
Well, we might have some more cheap candle jelly beans to eat. Because we have also from the Harry Potter Wizarding World, we have butterbeer flavored jelly beans.
And I have also made butterbeer out of the Harry Potter cookbook. I've made both the non-alcoholic and the alcoholic version. Pretty tasty. Tastes a lot like cream soda.
These look more like
and butterscotch.
Oh, look at that! They're like they're like glimmering, like
Yeah, they have like sparkles.
Sparkles. I don't know if that'll pick up on the camera, but. Okay.
They're
Those are
butterscotch.
good.
They're all right.
They're good.
They're not potent. They're not like strong flavored. But they're very butterscotch.
Yeah. So Wizarding World, butterbeer, jelly beans. And they are made by the Jelly Belly Company. These ones are.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if these were. They were too. Yeah. The pumpkin ones were too.
I'm kind of disappointed. I expected them to taste stronger.
These were good. I like these ones. Yeah.
You can finish them. I probably won't.
All right. So then we have this, which it is Jelly Belly Fabulous 5. And there's citrus mix, which you're going to have to be careful about. Maybe not even
I probably won't even touch that side.
Soda Pop Shop, Ice Cream Parlor Mix, Smoothie Blend, and Cocktail Classics. So let's see what we have here.
Oh, they're in nice little trays that I can avoid.
Oh, nice.
And they have like
a little code.
A little legend. You can tell which ones you're eating. God help you if you're colorblind. Careful you don't mix all the stuff up.
I see what's going on. All right. So
Leave that in the tray.
They have them in I'm not going to be able to show that well, but
Yeah, you can see
like
it.
little,
Separated out into
like
little
separate
trays to
trays.
match up with the.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you want me to try like something in the citrus mix just for the hell of it?
Go ahead.
All right, I'll do the green one. And this is
Well, there's 2 green ones, isn't there?
no,
Oh.
Sunkissed Lime.
Because there is pink grapefruit, orange, lemon, tangerine, and lime. I could probably do the
Lime is good.
lemon.
Enjoy the lime.
Very lemony. I've had a lemon jelly bean before.
Yeah. All right, you want to go to the soda pop shop?
Yeah.
All right. So which one are you going to try?
I think
This doesn't look right. Like there's a pink one in there, and I'm not sure. I wonder if that jumped over. I bet that jumped over. So I don't see.
I think that goes there. I think I want to try the Dr. Pepper. Like telling it apart from the other ones, I don't know that I'll be able
It's
to.
very difficult to tell.
I think we should just try one of each flavor. So we've got these 2. Are those 2? Nope, those are different, right? One is darker. I think this one is obviously 7-Up. And this one is cream soda.
You can make 7-Up yours.
7-Up yours. Those 2 are cream soda. Those are 2 dark.
See, those colors look different. It's tough to tell.
Yeah, they're close in color. I'm just gonna I'm gonna try these. I think this is root beer.
We can try and figure out what they are.
That's root beer. I'll just smack a root beer. That's really good.
Root beer is really good. You gonna try the darker brown one?
Yeah, let's see if we can get you a darker brown one.
Oh, I meant these ones.
Oh, I think those might not be the same. I think one of those is grape and one is not. I don't know. I'll try this one.
Well, let's find out.
That was Dr. Pepper. What was yours?
I think it was supposed to be grape.
Yeah. Mine was Dr. Pepper. Here, try that one.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll try a grape one. Very light.
Was this orange, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm. Here's the other 7-Up. I'm going to do a cream soda. Very light.
Yeah.
And then,
what the hell? Why not
7-Up? Lemon lime.
Okay.
The best 2 were the root beer and the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Why don't we just do some quick flavors of the last 3?
Okay. I think I definitely want to try the mint chocolate chip, which is the only green one. So.
Okay. I'm just going to pick one from random. See if I can guess what it is. Almost tastes like cotton candy.
Is it like the birthday cake mix?
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Oh, no, wait. No, I think it was the strawberry blonde one. Okay, how about a smoothie blonde one? Oops.
I think I want to try the banana, strawberry banana. I think that's
Yellow.
orange with speckles.
Oh, okay.
Gotta be careful because there's a peachy orange. I need to like put this in front of me so I can see. There's
These
a
aren't
peachy
bad.
orange, but this
I mean,
I
if
think
you've had
there's
Jelly
an orange
Bellies
with speckles.
before, I mean, they're
It's got a good banana flavor. What flavor did you get?
I did the bottom one. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I flipped it around.
Mm.
I'm sorry. That's this one.
Try this one. I need your input.
Did you have me do peach?
No?
It tastes like peach.
Strawberry banana.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. Last ones. Classic cocktails. Got strawberry daiquiri, margarita, mimosa, mojito, Moscow Mule, pina colada, pomegranate Cosmo, and gin and tonic.
I kind of want to do the Moscow Mule.
It's the brown one.
I'm assuming.
It's that one. I'm going to do the G&T. This is white. Very G&T. That's a good one.
Very gingery. That's good.
And there was only one, so I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
The G&T was pretty tasty.
Oh, good. All right. Well,
those
were
fun.
Yeah, those were interesting. Something different.
I think the cocktail ones are probably the most flavorful.
Yeah. It probably doesn't lend itself well too much to the video. That's why we kind of cut it short a little bit to try each and every one of them. But yeah. So that was it for our Universal Yums for now, like we said at the beginning of the episode. We might come back to them at some point. But I think we're going to start to try and curate snacks on our own. Go out and find some places. I know you found a candy shop nearby that we want to check out. And we got some other stores that we want to visit and see what we can find at those.
Our goal for 2025 is to, as much as possible, support local.
Indeed.
So if that's a locally owned international food grocery, a locally owned candy store, even a locally owned shop that may sell like import like drinks from, they're not we're not getting like necessarily locally made products, but locally like they businesses that are owned locally.
Yeah. So stay tuned. We're going to have more. We're going to get back here sooner.
I want to go back to both of the Ukrainian stores,
grocery stores that we
and the Eastern European stores, because I saved a picture of the kvass we had, and we had, I think, 3 or 4 different kvasses that we tried.
Right.
And the best one is the one we popped in the parking lot on the way out.
Oh, that's funny.
And I saved a picture of it. So if we go back and watch that, or I think we uploaded that briefly. If we go back and watch that one, that's the best one, and I want another bottle of it. It was delicious.
Right. But stay tuned. We're going to have some more stuff, more content coming your way. We got some trips coming up that maybe we'll grab some snacks and we'll do some quick little live bits.
Yeah. See what we can fit in our luggage.
Yeah. Well, even while we're on location, maybe
we can
film some things, live reactions when we try them, and yeah. So stay tuned for all of that. But yeah, if you want to continue to check us out, you can check us out on our Facebook page, facebook.com/willingsnacrifice. Check out our YouTube channel. I did see something where Facebook is going to start to remove live videos after a certain number of days, but all of our stuff's out on YouTube if you ever want to watch the old episodes.
Yeah.
So check that out, and we'll see you all next time. And this has been real.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun. We'll see you all next time. I had to move the jelly bellies carefully.